Yeah, my new teammates.
Yeah, I was just
I
gonna.
could go out. You don't even have to ask me.
Yeah, it.
Uh, First of all, I love Isaiah, and first of all, you guys know what he did for that franchise in Boston. He captivated the fans, captivated the city. You know, I watched a lot of the Boston games, and you know, listen to Tommy Heisman and keep calling him the little guy. You know, the little guy. And it's seeing what he had to go through last year in the playoffs with the. Obviously, I don't want to bring that up because I know he's trying to move forward, so I don't even want to bring that up. But we all know what I'm talking about, and for him to go out and still play the way he played, and I think it's just unfortunate that there had to be a change of scenery for him. I think his guy who was picked last in the draft, you call that Mr. Irrelevant, and who's made himself an NBA All-Star and a big-time player, and felt like he finally had found a home, and just goes to show you how it's just all about business. It's all about business. You guys see my tweets on that issue too, so you go back if you want to bring that up. But move on to Jay. Has a lot of battles with Jay over the last few years, and I love the acquisition of having Jay around. His toughness, his ability to guard twos, threes, and fours, some fives in our league. Not afraid to even guard some ones. His ability to shoot the three gives us a lot more space, but his ability to cut too and move without the ball is something that a lot of people don't talk about. Um, Jose, a steady point guard who's always been in the 40s in three-point percentage and also led the league in free throws at one point when he was in Toronto, I believe. Going into my Rolodex here now. Um, so I'm great to have him. Um, I'm excited more than anybody about Derek and D Rose. The kid has a lot to prove. From competing against him from so many years, especially in Miami when he was with Chicago, knowing the competitor that he has or he's been over the years. Um, been a fan of him for a long time, and I never thought in my wildest dreams that I'd be a teammate of his. I think he had a hell of a season last year, and people don't really see it because of the chaos that was going on in New York. Played 64 games, averaged 18 points, and 4-4. Played 64 games. Um, and I'm excited to have him here because I want people to know that D Rose can still play the game at a high level. Jeff Green, I'm happy to have him. Um, Another wing that can play multiple positions, can guard multiple positions, very athletic, and another guy that has a chip on his shoulder. All the guys that we picked, and Kobe did a great job of going to get them, they all got chips on their shoulders, and they all either want to not only prove people wrong, but prove themselves right more than anything, that they belong here and they can play at a high level. Um, and then I haven't seen Big Z. I'm sorry, Zia, where your jersey at? Might strike me down. We get Z in the trade too from Boston, another big kid, young guy that we hope to develop over the course of the season. And if his number is ever called, I think we see what he can do. Um, and Jetty, it's Jetty, right? With a C. Am I saying it right? Jetty with a C, right? Watched him in EuroLeague this summer. Super athlete, runs the floor extremely well and plays some great ball for his national team. So, it'd be great to see him develop and compete against him throughout training camp and throughout the season, and see what his outlook on our team can be as well. Have I missed anybody? Is that it for the additions? That's it? Is that it for the questions? You guys got me for like two more questions. You can ask me anything, and I'm out of here.
David Glazier from News Herald and Morning Journal. Theoretically, and I know everything has to play out through training camp and the regular season, but theoretically, could the rebalancing of the offense with the departure of Kyrie and the new arrivals in some way benefit the other guy in the big three who's still here, Kevin Love? And how do you see the offense remixing with Kevin in there this season?
You know what? I love the fact that he doesn't get talked about. It's the same way Chris Bosh was. Never got talked about. And at the end of the day, you look at the end of the stats and you see the impact that they made on the game, both on both sides. Kevin Love may be lost in the grand scheme of things in the media or because he's not flashy or whatever the case may be, but he's nowhere near lost in the grand scheme of what we need to do to win a championship this year. And he's going to be a huge focal point for our team. And obviously I haven't seen, our coaching staff may have some things that they have in mind. We don't know. Tomorrow we begin. But I bet he will be a huge focal point of our team. So I'm happy that, extremely happy he's still part of this franchise.
Marla Ridenour, Akron Beacon Journal. On just the changing NBA landscape and everything that happened over the summer, were you taken aback or surprised or anything?
I really wasn't. I spent so much time with my boys and my daughter this summer. I mean, I seen things when it came across, sometimes it come across my phone. Some of my notifications weren't turned off. And I was like, what the hell? I don't watch SportsCenter. I really don't watch sports talks or sports shows, or it's not just SportsCenter. I don't single you guys out, but I don't watch none of that stuff, so I never see the ticker or whatever that's called. I do watch NBA TV because I like watching vintage games when they come on, so I watched a lot of vintage games this year, this summer, besides Game 5 of the 2017 Finals. That's the only game I didn't watch. So I've seen a lot of the things going on, and I knew we were in play for a few guys and things of that nature that didn't happen, and I kind of just moved on. I really didn't invest too much into it. I really don't get involved into fantasy basketball. When I know something is official, then I get really excited, and other than that, I just kind of just keep it even keel because I've seen so many things go both ways. You feel like you got a player, or you feel like this player's going there, and then the last minute something happens and you like them. So. But other than that, I really didn't get too invested into this summer. I think the game, one thing I can say, this is the best NBA offseason I've ever seen. And I've been watching the NBA for 27 years, and I've been a part of the NBA for now 15 years, and it's probably the best NBA offseason that I've ever seen. And I wasn't a part of it that much. That's a pretty cool thing.